Kentucky did a great job coming back, fighting back. I whispered in the Calipari's ear, I hope this ain't right, John. That's my athletic director. I said, hey, you needed this more than I needed it. And they came back, and I thought they fought hard to come back, but I felt bad for our kids because I thought they put themselves in a position to win a game. And, you know, we kind of faltered at the end, if I want to call it that. It's something we got to get better. I mentioned that in the locker room. I said, I asked them, I said, what happened at the end? And they came with all these different kind of answers. And I said to them, I said, one thing happened, we're undisciplined at the end. And you got to be disciplined in those closing moments and execute, because when you're in an environment like this, and this is a pretty good environment, I mean, even this press conference, look at it, we don't have these many people up here in our press conference. It's pretty good. John, what's happening here? But, you know, I'm excited for our guys because, you know, they know that they have the potential to be a pretty good team this year. And we're going to continue to work hard, and we're going to compete. Questions, please. Yes.
Coach, what did you think of, obviously Kentucky had a lot of freshmen, to come through with you guys having it in position to win, to hold together and do it?
Well, you know, Kentucky's the youngest team in the country, right? Last year, we were the youngest team in the country. So what you see out there is just sophomores trying to do what freshmen are completed there. So, you know, we both gonna make some mistakes, but I give Kentucky credit. They never quit. They kept fighting. And I think that's what you get when you're at home. Your fans help you through this thing. And they got great fans, and they help lift them up when they're down.
Coach, do you think maybe there were a few calls that didn't go your way?
Well, you don't want to get in that comment. Literally, you know, these new rules and all this crap, I really don't want to get into that because it's disappointing. It's really disappointing, and it's really hurting the game of basketball, I believe. You know, when you, I'm going to check here, let me see something. Oh, this was a little bit more realistic game. It's 50 free throws shot instead of 75 to 100. And when you get all these fouls and all these calls, I don't think it's good for the fans. I really don't. I think the game is stopped, it's impeded. We go in spurts, and I even think this. You know, what I struggle with is if you're gonna win a game, all you tell your guys to do is put the head down and drive. And to me, that ain't basketball. I mean, basketball is passing, cutting, shooting, doing things. And what we're talking about, just put your head down and drive, and they'll blow the whistle. I hope that it happens at our house, because if it does, we'll be okay. Yes, Elton.
You had about 5 minutes there late, right at the 7-minute mark, where you couldn't get back. And that's right when you had that 6-point lead.
Well, you know, I don't really put that on our guys. I got to give Kentucky some credit too. I thought they competed in that last 5 minutes. You know, they didn't want to lose, and that's how you got to play the game in the last minutes. And our guys got to figure that out. And once we figure it out, we'll be okay. We'll be okay. But now, I think what hurt us was Anton fouling out, because you know he in the last minutes he's our guy, and we got to get the ball to him.
Question here on the right.
Yes.
I'm wondering about UK didn't shoot well from three. How much were you guys hoping to, if not give them the three, concede a three and hope?
Well, we came in realized they weren't a great three-point shooting team. We know that Young could shoot the ball, and we tried to stay with him as much as possible. And he literally hit a big bucket. He hit that three, and then I think it was Randall hit another that we didn't anticipate. But you know, you only can go to that well so many times. You know, eventually somebody gonna hit a shot. And I thought that would. You know what I thought? What gave them the advantage? It wasn't the missing of the free throws or anything like that. You know what I thought gave them the advantage was on the glass. I thought they got some offensive rebounds that were key down the stretch that turned it around. And if I sit here and look, they got 18 offensive rebounds. They may be the best offensive rebounding team in the country. You know, I've always believed that, and a close friend of mine, Tom Izzo, he works hard on rebounding the basketball. That's one of his identities. I'm telling you, this team rebounds as good or better than Michigan State. And I thought when I watched them, I mean, it's hard to keep them off of it, and it's more than one.
Larry?
Coach, two things. One, could you talk about the play of Andrew Harrison, number 5, down the stretch for them. Then also, why did you tell John that you thought he might have needed this game more than you did?
Well, I mean, it doesn't look good for us to beat Kentucky. I know it doesn't. And I know with these young kids, he's trying to get their attention. And when you're trying to do that, you know, I'm a true believer. You don't have to lose to learn. And I think he's trying to teach them some things, and he don't want to lose the game to get that done, because it only puts him further and further behind in his process that he's trying to develop. What was your other question you said?
How you thought number 5 point guard played kind of down the stretch?
You know, I thought he did a good job. I thought he got his team into what they needed to get. And they realized they weren't hitting from the outside, so they were trying to get to the basket. And, you know, one of our plans coming into this game was to tighten it in, because we called it inside, tighten it in and make them kick out. And down the stretch, we did not do that as well.